Your goals are the most important thing you could ever spend time thinking about. Yet, most people set goals wrong. And this is not no motivational, this is not no manifestation voodoo type of video. No, this is a video talking about how you can either go for $1 million a month or you could go for $1,000 a month, and both are the same hardness. It is just as hard to make $1,000 per month as it is to make $1 million per month. So why are you going for the lower goal? That's what this video is about. And more importantly, first I want to explain to you and give you an example of how in the world could $1,000 per month be just as hard as $1 million. So imagine you're on a mountain skiing and there is 3 slopes. The first slope is the beginner slope. You know, it's simple, there's not that many hills, there's no jumps, it's pretty short, right? And say most people start at this beginner slope. They just ride down it and ride down it. The first time they ride on it, they're scared, they're a little nervous, they don't know what to expect. They go down it and the first few feet they fall. They slide on their butt down the mountain and they're like, oh shoot. So then they take the ski lift back up, they go right back to the beginner hill and they go down it again. This time they go a few more feet than last time and they fall again. They hit a bump and they fall again. So they go all the way back down the mountain, they start the process over and over again. And this person will learn this beginner slope front to back. They will know this beginner slope literally like the back of their hand. But once again, there was 3 slopes. There was a beginner slope, an intermediate slope, and an advanced slope. The truth is, the beginner could have just started at the advanced slope, and a few feet as he was going down, he would have fell. The same thing he did at the starting slope. Then he would have went all the way back down. He would have started at the advanced slope again, went a few more feet and fell again. He would have done the same exact thing and fell again. This is why, imagine these slopes. The first slope is $1,000 per month. The middle slope is $100,000 per month. And the final slope is $1 million per month. The professional advanced slope is $1 million per month. It's the same process. You're still going to fall just as many times on the beginner slope as the advanced slope. You're still going to fall. You're still going to fail. You're still going to learn. And the reason I'm getting so emotional is because I wish I learned this 10 years ago. I would have never went for the $1,000 per month. Because I failed on that slope. And I'm the type of person, I want to master something. So I stayed at $1,000 per month. And every time I fell, I got right back up and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to fall again. Then I got a little bit further, I'm not going to fall again. And I literally mastered the beginner slope. And so when I looked at the slopes ahead of me, I mastered $1,000 per month. So when I looked at the $100K per month, I got scared. And I got scared not because it was harder. I was scared because I had never done it before. And I knew, oh, I'm going to fail if I go on that harder one. I'm going to fall. I'm going to hurt my butt. And a part of me was scared. I don't want to fail. Who wants to fail? Who wants to look like that? I like winning. And the reason I'm giving you this story is because if I would have just started, if you would have just started when you went up that mountain of entrepreneurship, of success, of business, when you went up that mountain, if you would have just skipped the beginner slope, if you would have just skipped the intermediate slope and you would have went straight to the advanced, you would have failed just as many times as the beginner. But you would have learned 1,000 times more and have been 1,000 times more successful if you simply just set the goal on a larger objective. If when I first started a clothing brand, if I would have just skipped the beginner slope, if I would have just skipped, oh, I want to make $2,000 a month, and went right to, oh, I want to make $1 million a month, immediately I would be looking for things of like, I'm only going to do the things that make me $1 million per month. What can they be? For example, I'll give you one final example. When you're looking for the $1,000 per month opportunities, there is so many. There is so many ways to make $1,000 per month with a clothing brand. I can't even spend enough time in this video telling you about them. But in order to make $1 million per month, or 10 million or $100 million per month with a clothing brand, there's a handful of ways. There's not that many ways to do that. So unironically, it's more obvious how to make $1 million a month with a brand than it is to make 10K. Unironically. So not only is it easier if you start at 10K per month, it's actually more obvious the path to take. It's more obvious. And so what I want you to get out this video is not just like, oh, go for larger goals, reach for the stars, get the moon. It's not that. What I want you to do is think. What I want you to do is think. Is think from the goal instead of to the goal. I want you to think, okay, if I was making $1 million per month, how would I do it? How many products would I need to sell? How would I get that many people to see my brand? How would I get that much inventory? How would I ship that many products? Because when you start thinking from the goal, when you start thinking from how can I make $1 million, it's like, oh, I can't make the ads. It's, oh, I can't ship $1 million worth of orders out my garage. I need someone else to do it. Oh, I don't have $1 million worth of inventory, so I need people to give me money. Instead of, it's obvious when you think from the goal, and the goal is so big that it erases everything you're currently doing. When you're thinking from the goal, and you're starting at that level, everything becomes clear. And I just made this video because I was thinking about this. I'm like, yo, should I go for 100K this year or $1 million this year? And I'm like, why would I ever, like, I mastered the beginner slope. I might as well just go straight to the advanced. Like, why would I ever go in between them? Sure, I'm going to fail, but I'm going to win regardless.